So good morning, students. Today in this lecture, we will solve one numerical problem based on wind energy. Okay. So wind energy part of unit number 2, and we are going to calculate one numerical problem based on the wind energy. Problem is given here. A propeller type wind turbine has following data. Speed of free wind at reference height equals to 15 meter per second. Air density is equal to 1.2 kg per meter cube. Height of tower is 80 meter. Diameter of rotor is 50 meter. Wind velocity at turbine reduces by 20%. Generator efficiency is equal to 90%. Alpha equal to 0.14. Calculate total power available in wind. So this is the numerical problem. Using the data, we have to calculate the power available in the wind. So actually wind blows at this velocity 15 meter per second at reference height. Reference height is taken as 10 meter. That means we get the data of the wind velocity at 10 meter height from the Earth's surface. Now the wind turbine has been installed at a height of 80 meter, and there is rotor which is having 50 meter diameter. That means rotor blade has radius as 25 meter at a height of 80 meter from the ground or Earth's surface. So before solving this problem, we will have to calculate the cross-sectional area of the wind on which the wind velocity will act, and energy available in the wind will be converted to mechanical energy of the wind turbine. Before that, we will have to calculate the velocity of the wind at 80 meter height. So in this numerical, various given data are wind velocity at reference height VH. H is reference height. It is given as 15 meter per second. It is written here. And the density of the wind is taken as 1.2 kg per meter cube. Normally, it is assumed that whatever is the density of the wind at reference height, the same will be the density of the wind at a height of 80 meter or above that. Since diameter of the wind rotor is 50 meters, so we will have to calculate the cross-sectional area of the wind turbine. So it can be determined by using the formula as pi by 4 d square, where d is the diameter of the wind rotor and it is taken as 50 meter. So when we put the value of d equal to 50 in the formula pi by 4 d square or pi by 4 50 square, then we will get the cross-sectional area of the wind turbine as 1963.5 meter square. Okay, so I think there should be no issue because we are simply calculating the cross-sectional area of the wind turbine based on its diameter of the rotor, which is given as 50 meter. And keep in mind, the reference side, the wind velocity is 15 meter. That means this is the velocity of the wind at a distance of 10 meter from the ground, and it is having density as 1.2 kg per meter cube. So these two parameters we will have to use for calculating the total power available in the wind. Okay. So after that, after determining the cross-sectional area of the wind, we will calculate the velocity of the wind at 80 meter height. So the formula is V80 upon V reference. V reference is generally taken as 10 and 80 is more than 10. That's why this formula is V80 upon V reference equal to 80 meter height and 10 meter this reference height and whole raised to 0.14, which is a constant which is given in the numerical problem. So V80 upon 15 reference height, the wind velocity is 15 meter per second and it is 80 by 10 raised to 0.14. So when we solve it, it comes as 80 by 10 becomes 8 raised to 0.14. So it comes out as 1.3379 and V80 equal to 15 multiplied by this value. So we multiply 15 with 1.3379 and it comes as 20.07 meter per second. That means at reference height or at 10 meter height, the wind velocity is 15 meter per second. But at 80 meter height where wind turbine has been installed, the velocity of the wind will be 20.07 meter per second. Now one more thing is there. This is the velocity of the wind which enters into the rotor blade. Some energy of the wind, that means potential energy available in the wind, is utilized in rotation of the wind turbine, and then the wind leaves the rotor of the wind turbine, and at that time the velocity of the wind also reduces. So this is also given in the question that wind velocity at turbine reduces by 20%. This means whatever velocity of the wind which is entering into the wind turbine, and after working on wind turbine, when it leaves the turbine, then its velocity reduces by 20%. So it is just zero point 0.8 times the velocity of the wind available at 80 meter height. So using same concept, we can calculate the velocity of wind leaving rotor blade at 80 meter height, and this is given as just 80% of the wind velocity entering the rotor. So at 80 meter height, wind velocity is V80 and it is U0. That means this is the velocity of the wind which is entering into the wind turbine, and it is this much which we have already calculated. This is 20.07 meter per second. When wind has worked on the wind turbine, then its velocity reduces by 80%. So utilizing this velocity at 80 meter height, we can calculate the velocity of the wind leaving the wind turbine. So U1 is equal to U0 into 0.8, 80%. So this U0 is equal to 20.07. So when we multiply it with 0.8, because it is 80% only, so the velocity of wind leaving the wind turbine comes at 16.056 meter per second. Okay. So I think there should be no question, no doubt in this. Wind velocity at 20 meter height is 20.07 meter per second. This is the velocity of the wind which is entering into the wind turbine. And when wind has worked on the wind turbine and it leaves the rotor blade, then its velocity is 80%, that is 16.056 meter per second. So we have determined three parameters. First parameter is the cross-sectional area, which is 1963.5 meters square. Then velocity of the wind at 80 meter height, it is 20.07 meter per second. And when the wind leaves the wind turbine at 20 meter height, then this is the velocity. It is just 80% of this. It comes at 16.056 meter per second. Now we have to use simple formula for calculating the wind, the power available in the wind. There are two questions: whether we want to calculate the power developed by the wind turbine or the power available in the wind. We know the power available in the wind is merely its kinetic energy, which is given as 1 by 2 or half rho into A into U0 or V80 cube. So using this formula, we can calculate the power available in the wind, and this is the value which was sought to calculate in this question. So it is half or 0.5 into rho into A into U0 or V80 cube. So density of the wind is given, and as I told you that whatever velocity, whatever density of the wind which is taken as a reference height, almost same velocity, same density of the wind is taken at 80 meter height also. So it was given in the question that density of the wind was 1.2 kg per meter cube. Cross-sectional area was, we have calculated as 1963.5 meters square, and the wind velocity entering into the blade was 20.07. So we once see at V80 or U0, it is 20.07. Cross-section area 1960.5 meter square, and wind density 1.2 kg per meter cube. So when we put the value of all these parameters, rho, A, and U0 or V80 in this equation, we determine the power available in the wind. So it comes as, actually this is in watt. This is in watt. When we multiplied all these parameters, we will get as 9.524 megawatt or 9.524 into 10 raised to 6 watt. So this was a question we have to calculate total power available in the wind. So in this way, we can calculate the power available in the wind. If we want to know the power generated by the wind turbine, then we have to use uh, Batch limit using capacity factor. Capacity factor CP is the ratio of PT by PW, that is power developed by the wind turbine upon power available in the wind. Generally, its the maximum value of the capacity factor is 16 by 27 according to Watt's limit, that is 59.26% only. That means whatever power which is available in the wind, only 59.26% of that power can be converted into energy. And when we multiply this generator efficiency 90%, then we will get the power developed by the wind turbine. So this is all in this case. So thank you very much.